back once again.
Frickin' Brad Box.
Filming on this Tuesday morning.
Alright, we had a good weekend.
Big weekend of fights. Before we get into it, guys, as usual, like, subscribe, share, please. We're trying to break that 500 subscriber mark. I think we're sitting at about 490-ish right now. Where are you at for Twitter?
650.
And I think we're at like just under 700 for Instagram. So come on, keep pushing our stuff. We're getting there.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Want to talk about that UFC card this weekend?
What do we got?
Oof. Whoa. You want to talk about Thiago getting guillotined?
Man, he looked good before.
Yeah.
Leading up to the stoppage, he was doing some
The
dangerous body
whole
kicks.
first round?
Yeah, but those body kicks, man. They were vicious. He left footprints on the man.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I'm going to talk about first Ashbin Ladd versus Yanni.
I heard that she was getting dominated for the first little bit.
And then her coach went off on her in the... people were saying it's controversial. He went off on her in the corner and she just came out and knocked the girl out. So.
You ever seen Teddy Atlas?
Yeah.
He loses his mind. It's normal. You're supposed to do that.
So, I don't know.
You gotta get an emotional response out of your fighter.
Yana is my girl, so...
So, Aspen Ladd won. Now, do you think she's a contender at 135?
Yeah.
Even though she just lost to
She
GDR?
should go down, though. She's
Why?
a little thick. She could make 125.
She's pretty jacked, though.
It's true.
But do you think but she couldn't beat GDR?
Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
I don't know. JDR's a weight bully, too, so...
We'll see this weekend what GDR does.
Yeah. What about those nut shots?
Oh, Stefan Struve.
Oh, that poor guy.
Man, all I was thinking was Karatanov Mitrione, man.
Like, horrible.
How is that not a DQ?
Yeah.
That should have been automatic stoppage. Like, no contest at the least. Like, the fight can't continue. Have you ever been hitting the balls?
Twice, dude.
But have you ever been
Yes.
hitting them? Terrible. Twice in like 5 or 10 minutes?
And it's already a little bit soft and tender.
Come on, let's be honest. The dude went full impact into the sack. All right, let's keep it real. That should have been.
Yeah, it should be overturned.
Yeah, it's terrible, or at least a rematch right away.
Yeah, he was winning too.
I picked Ben Rothwell to win by knockout, but I mean, not like that. Not like I want to see Ben up and go off with one of his crazy post fights, but it didn't happen because he felt like an idiot, which rightfully so.
Yeah, his first win since 2016.
Isn't he coming off of losses to Blagnow and Arlovsky?
Yeah. No, not Arlovsky. Oh, yes, Arlovsky, yeah.
Yep. Is it 2 or 3 that he's lost in a row?
3 in a row.
Okay.
So.
And what do we got?
We got, I don't even want to talk about that one, but we'll
the
talk
main
about
event? I liked it.
No, I mean the co-main.
So that's what I mean, the co-main? I enjoyed that fight.
I thought Marina won pretty easy, but...
Versus Calvillo, but that last round was definitely 10-8. Let's be honest. Like, it was this close to being stopped. Like, those elbows onto the woman's face.
That's what happens when you have that 5 extra pounds, a little bit more energy.
It's true, but we also saw a glaring hole in both of their games. Ramirez has no ground game, and Calvillo has no stand-up game. So, once they went into each other's rounds, they basically just destroyed each other. They need to go back to the drawing board and figure something out, because this is mixed martial arts. This isn't grappling and kickboxing.
Yeah. The main event, letdown.
It was a letdown until...
I was just getting pissed off at his butt crack hanging out the whole fight. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah. The fat lady almost sang, and then she didn't, and Rosenstruck struck.
It shouldn't have been stopped, though.
Come on.
I should have went...
Explain to me why it shouldn't have been stopped.
He wasn't out cold, and he was getting up, and then with 4 seconds left, they should have... Technically, it probably would have been over by the time Dan Moriarty wave it off.
Okay, now let me explain to you why it should have been stopped. I've been thinking about this for a few days. Alistair Overeem got hit with a vicious right hand. We know he doesn't have much of a chin to begin with, so we have to keep that in context. He was out cold. That's not arguable. He was asleep. He hit his head off the fence. He woke back up, sprung back to his feet, didn't know where he was going, walked the wrong way. He's lucky Rosenstruck walked off, because if he didn't walk off, he's taken life-changing damage. He could have thrown an elbow at him against the fence, could have kneed him, because he was still upright against the fence. If he got hit again, I know it was only 4 seconds, but you can land multiple shots in 4 seconds. Look at Mike Tyson hitting the bag. He lands like 10 shots in a second and a half. That would not have... No. Overeem would not be living to see another day if he got hit again. Plus, that's one of the most vicious cuts I've ever seen in my life. And if you haven't seen it, go check out our Mimi featuring Chip from Beauty and the Beast. But yeah, I don't think that fight should have continued. That was terrible.
Yeah, it was pretty... it was a gruesome cut.
What do you think happens now when Rosenstruck calls out
Ngannou? Rosenstruck didn't impress me at all.
Could he have less head movement? Like, I've never seen somebody like this, just like
He's shit.
He's rotating like he's a turret. Like,
Yeah.
bro, can we move your head a little bit? If you fight Ngannou, it's...
No, it's out.
And if you tell me right now that Rozenstruik hits harder than Deontay Wilder, I'm throwing hands up.
I don't think he hits.
Don't bring it
I don't
up.
even think he hits that hard.
Don't go there with me right now.
He hits like an average heavyweight, honestly.
Are you serious? That right hand was... He ripped the man's face apart.
He doesn't want Ngannou.
Look what he did to Lovsky. It was like a short little right hand.
Anyone knocks Arlovsky. Anyone knocks it over him.
It's true. Isn't he like all knockout, all finishes right now, though? He's like 10-0, 10 stoppages or something?
Yeah, but like, no, he's 10-1. But,
no, he's undefeated.
he lost in Risen.
Okay.
He lost in Risen.
Okay, continue.
Split decision.
Okay.
Got rustled. We got the big fight, Charlo versus Hogan.
But what happens next? Like, where does Yarinzo go?
Alexander Volkov.
But he called out Ngannou. You don't think that fight gets made?
No.
Some African on African crime?
One's not African.
They're both African.
Siamese or...
It's like a country owned by somebody else or something, but it's in Africa, I'm pretty sure.
There we go.
And Reem, does he retire? Or
No, he won't retire.
He looked good
Yeah.
up until he didn't.
Yeah. Who knows?
I'd like to see him fight ben who's there? Like a guy that he could go up against that's like tough fight, but not gonna knock him out. Maybe fight Ben Rothwell again.
Like, no?
Get that one back. No, don't fight Blake now. Blake now, that dude's chin's too much. We saw like once Reem's gas tank depletes because he was landing bombs on Rozenstruik.
Mm-hmm.
He can't take a shot, so no, don't. He's not. He doesn't want to go 5 rounds with Blake now. Maybe if it's a 3-round fight.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
Lear Latifi winner.
Oh god, I don't want to see Reem retire though. I like watching him fight.
Oh yeah, he's a name.
Can we get him back on the horse meat, please?
Oh man.
Alright, what else we got?
You got to tell me about this one because I don't even know the outcome. Oh, I do now. Charlo versus Hogan.
Okay, so first talk about the co-main because the co-main was the fight I was more looking forward to. Anyways, so as we mentioned last week, Chris Eubank was coming over making his U.S. debut against always tough Matt Korobov, and it only went to the second round. The first round, Korobov started strong. He's southpaw, land those straight left hands, making Eubank look kind of silly. But we know that Eubank's not the most technical boxer. He's going to come on later in the fight. I did pick Korobov to win. You had Eubank.
Mm-hmm.
Eubank wins because they go to the second round, and Eubank blocked a shot, a straight left hand of Korobov's. Korobov dislocates his left shoulder. Please explain to me how that's a TKO. Should that not be a no contest?
Depends what round it was in.
Second round.
Oh yeah, it would be a no contest.
Like especially because he's winning the fight too. Like we got to see it again.
That's weird.
We have to see that again.
It'll probably happen.
But I don't think it will happen.
Because the shoulder.
What's gonna be? He's gonna be out for a long time.
Because it's boxing.
He's gonna be out for a long time. When Eubank wants to get right back into it, he didn't take any damage really. And then what they were trying to do was they were trying to set Eubank up for an easy win, which wasn't gonna happen, and fight the winner of Hogan Charlo, which was gonna be Charlo. Let's be honest. Hogan coming up from 154, unknown quantity.
Hulk Hogan. Arms. His arms, the biggest arms in the business.
And Charlo dominated. I think it was like 5th or 6th round stoppage. And so does that set up the fight? Do we want to see Eubank? Does that?
No.
Does that what Eubank showed us? Does that equivalent a middleweight title fight?
Not at all.
I
But
agree.
it's boxing.
It's boxing, and who else does PBC have? Nobody.
It's true.
Maybe Derevyanchenko, who's a free agent now from DAZN.
Crawford go up
to 160 to fight like how does Charlo even make 160? The dude is massive. How do you even make 154? I don't want to. I mean, I want.
Jared Hurd.
Jared Hurd's at 54. He should come up. He's a big boy.
Yeah.
He's come off a loss, so yeah, go up in weight. I would love to see Eubank.
He's on PBC though, right?
Yeah.
Then that makes sense.
Yeah. I would love to see Eubank versus Charlo, like in a vacuum. It's a good fight. But after what we just saw, I think we need to see the Korobov rematch.
I'd rather see Hurd, but I want to see Hurd fight. It's been a while.
And the biggest fight of the weekend. What do we have?
Well, let's get to the main card, not the co-main, because I don't know what the hell that was.
No, bro, we got to talk about the biggest fight of the weekend.
Oh, the WWE Championship versus the old UFC belt. Did you see that?
They had their belts up.
So this fight was for Tito versus Del Rio. Alberto.
No, stop. What did they bring out?
Okay, so Del Rio had his WWE spinner belt, and it was for Tito Ortiz's old UFC belt.
Isn't there gotta be some copyright with that?
I don't know. Oh, on the poster they had the belt, but they took the logos off.
Oh God! Combat America.
So Tito tapped him out in the first round. Not competitive at all.
And it almost popped off at the weigh-ins the night before.
Yeah.
I can't believe we're even talking about this right now. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
How long did it last?
Like 2 minutes.
Did Del Rio look good at all?
No.
So what's next?
He took him down.
Tito wants John Jones. What happens now? What does he do next?
Give him it. I would watch it.
Stop.
I would watch the shit out of that.
Stop. Don't.
It would be a draw of a fight.
Next.
Can you imagine Jones versus Ortiz?
Bro, at 44 years old, are you serious?
Why not?
Give him horse meat. Him and Overeem's up on the same diet. They're gonna have that fight.
Overeem versus
Overeem would smash.
Smash. He'd smash him.
We're done talking. Right, in the moment you've all been waiting for.
We had some white action this weekend in Joshua Ruiz card.
The biggest fight of maybe the year. Clash on the Dunes took place in Saudi Arabia.
No ring girls allowed.
No ring girls. They serve no alcohol at the venue. I mean, who goes to a fight and doesn't drink?
Oh God!
Please, I couldn't do it. I'm sneaking something in. Come on now. Come on.
They closed the beer stores in the city too, though, so you couldn't. You had to go knocking on your friends' doors. They were taking that shit serious.
The moonshiners were making big money that weekend.
Absolutely.
Well, where are we starting with this?
All right, we're going to start Dylan White.
First of all, for a boxing card, stacked.
Mm-hmm.
Great undercard. Dylan White took a fight on about 4 weeks' notice. Fought a massive heavyweight in Maris Walk. He'd gone the distance with Klitschko a couple of years back. I think actually like 7 years back, quite a few years back. White and Walk both came in on short notice, out of shape. What did you think of the fight?
Boring.
You thought that fight was boring?
It was okay.
I thought that was super entertaining. They both looked greasy. Like it was like a sparring match. They didn't have no energy. They couldn't fight for the full 10 rounds, which is weird because White hits about a 10 rounder and I don't know how long. But I saw signs, flashes of moments where he putting punches together, looked like himself. It's good that he got a fight in before the end of the year, so it sets up an early fight for him 2020.
You should fight Big Billy Baby Miller next.
So you want two dudes that just failed drug tests. Even though Dylan White just got cleared by the UK board of drug anti-doping, which is awesome. But you want two guys who just failed drug tests?
Who wouldn't?
I mean, I would like to fight. It's a good fight.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly, but let's be real now. Dylan White deserves a title shot. Let's call it what it is. He's on like a 7-fight win streak or something since losing to Joshua. His only loss is to Joshua. And that was in like 2015, I think. I don't know. He definitely has work to do to get back to where he was when he had the interim WBC championship fighting Ruiz. But it's good to see him back.
Absolutely.
And what do we got?
Povetkin versus Hunter.
What'd you think?
It was really close, but I had Povetkin up 1. But
I had Hunter up 2. Like it was that kind of fight.
Yeah,
it was that kind of fight.
It was good though.
It was like Hunter early, Povetkin throughout the middle, Hunter late. Loved it. Both dudes got hit with massive shots. They both should have went down, but used the ropes to keep themselves up.
Povetkin's kind of shown he's a decent fighter lately though.
Oh, his only losses are to two of legends, Anthony Joshua and Vladimir Klitschko. He held the WBA title. The only reason that Povetkin isn't get the kind of recognition he deserves is because he's one of those steroid guys who fully use steroids. Like, he took everything.
Yeah.
And then he was going to have Wilder come over fight him in Russia. Test hot. And because it's in Russia, they kept the fight going. They bring over Dupas. Knowing he's on steroids, basically killed Dupas' career. And nothing. Like, it's like, oh, it's okay, it's Russia, it's fine.
That's fucked up.
So messed up, man. Only in boxing can you get away with something like that.
Yeah, that's a mess.
But back to the fight, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a good fight.
I think we see the limits of Hunter as a heavyweight. He's going to be a top contender, but he'll never be
champion.
Like, I don't even know if he'll even break top 5. Guys like Dylan White, Luis Ortiz are going to be problems for him.
Luis Ortiz should be next for him.
For Hunter? You don't want to see the rematch?
I don't think it'll happen.
They both said, let's do it.
Then let's do it.
Early 2020, the Povetkin still, he's 40 years old, so we got to do it sooner than later. But they both took damage. Why?
Yeah, just testing the sound, the speaker.
They both took damage.
That's what I thought of the rematch.
I want to see the rematch. What do you think of Michael Hunter coming out in the Predator gear?
Oh yeah, it was pretty messed up.
I can't say it had the skulls on it and shit. But yeah, I liked it. Let's do it again.
Yeah. What about that co-main?
Okay, no. That wasn't it Pacheco or
Pacheco. 7-0.
basically killed him at 6'4", 168.
I know, I was like, what the hell is this?
Jeez, he's gonna be a heavyweight by the time he's done.
Yeah.
The dude that he was fighting, they had no business putting him in the ring with. I don't like how DAZN does these little fill-in fights to make the cards longer. We don't need 6 fights on a pay-per-view. Those 4 fights that you had set up were all heavyweights. Good. I'm beautiful with it. We don't need these unknown quantities where you're basically just killing cab drivers.
Wasn't he from their country, though?
No, he's American.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. He's from California.
Mexican.
Yeah, he's from Cali. We don't need to see that guys die in the ring like that against people that shouldn't overmatch opponents. Am I wrong?
No. Yeah, but let's talk about what?
The main event.
The main event.
I'm waiting.
I'm a little overweight today.
Oh, wait, what are you coming at, 282?
282.
You and Ruiz?
Oh my god.
Should we not have known at the weigh-in that it was pretty much over when he weighed in at 282?
Yeah.
It was a huge red flag.
Yeah, Joshua looked good. He lost weight, and it helped him. I think this loss helped his career
Big time. I think he's even a bigger star now than he was before in the first fight.
He was in Saudi Arabia, so it's pretty big.
Yeah, he is a world champion. He's fought in New York. He's fought all over the United Kingdom. Now he's fought in the Middle East. What's next? Can we get Africa? He's from Nigeria, right?
He needs to win. Yeah, in the U.S.
Oh, yeah, true. He does need to win in the U.S. Maybe Vegas or something. But what do you think about the
fight? It wasn't boring. I actually enjoyed it. A lot of people on Twitter are like, this is why I watch MMA. So much disrespect. And I got in fights with people on Twitter. I'm like, you just don't understand, man. There's reasons why you get people like Usher and high quality actors.
Khabib was there.
So they come to boxing.
Stylebender was there.
So listen to this. There was this one guy on Twitter. I go, he's like bashing it. And I get in a fight with him. And I'm like, guess what? Name someone who got $80 million in MMA in a fight, ever.
Never happened.
And he's just like, okay, man, I get it. And I kept going off with the reasons. He's like, okay, man, I get it. He's like, I'm just an MMA guy. I'm like, well.
There's no place in 2019 for this boxing versus MMA debate. We have head-to-head matchups all the time. We have weekends with this huge MMA, huge boxing. This weekend coming up. Watch them both.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Pay-per-view, or watch the pay-per-view.
I watch Bellator. I watch boxing.
Everything.
I don't miss shit.
But back to the fight. Joshua fought the perfect fight for fighting a dude that size. The man's 282 pounds. 6'1", 6'2". His only chance is on the inside. And let's be honest, every time Joshua got close to him, what did Joshua do?
Backed off.
No, held on.
Yeah.
I don't think he's fully confident in his chin after being dropped by Klitschko and now 4 times by Ruiz, which is fair. And if you bring into consideration all of the sparring issues that have been rumored to have happened, that he's been knocked out a couple times in sparring, it makes sense. He doesn't trust his chin the way he used to. His invincibility is a little bit gone. Mm-hmm. He needs to bring that back up, which can only happen from winning, which he did. And yes, it would have been nice to see him finish him, but he won almost every round, if not every round.
I gave Ruiz 1.
I gave Ruiz 2. Most people gave him 1 or 2 rounds. That's about as dominant of a win as you can ever get. Mm-hmm. Name me a 240-pound man, just at 6'6", that can dance around throwing hard jabs and right hands all night long, not named Tyson Fury. All weight.
There you go.
Exactly.
He's still waiting for you guys. Comment below.
Let us know, because there's nobody else in the world that could do that besides Tyson Fury. Nobody. He fought the most skilled, technical, disciplined way that he could have.
He fought like a champion.
And he got his belts back.
Yeah.
2-time, baby. What's next?
Well, it looks like I guarantee you're going to get Pulev.
So let's talk about the mandatories. The WBO, hours after the fight, issues Alexander Usyk as the mandatory after
which I don't get because
he beat Witherspoon.
Yeah.
Didn't even look great in doing so.
No.
The IBF issues their mandatory the next day, Kubrat Pulev. We already seen you get dealt with by Klitschko. We don't need to see this again. There's fights that need to be made. Dylan White is sitting there, coming off of how long of a streak? Hasn't lost in how long? Beating the top guys in the division? Who's Kubrat Pulev beat in recent years? Huey Fury? Like, nobody cares. Dinu? Nobody cares, bro. We don't want to see this. Alexander Usyk has one fight at heavyweight. How are you a mandatory?
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't sit well.
I think he would destroy both.
Oh, smashes them both. They're not competitive fights.
No.
Wilder fighting Fury for the lineal ring and WBC in February. And then Dylan White fights Joshua for all of Joshua's titles. End of 2020 unification.
Yeah.
Why not?
Now listen to this tweet. I got a tweet from someone too, from these MMA fans hating on boxing.
Okay.
The guy is saying, because remember at the end of the fight, Ruiz is like, let's go down.
Yeah.
Stupidest shit I've ever seen. So some guy goes, this is what boxing is. When Max Holloway, at end of Max Holloway's fight, he put his hands down. He wasn't scared to bang with him, like with that. And I'm like, at the end of the day, this is a heavyweight fight. And this guy weighs 280 pounds, and he's 2 of Max Holloway. Like, are you ridiculous? They're not going to stand there and bang.
Dude had 36 minutes to fight. Don't pretend like you're tough now.
Yeah.
With 15 seconds left on the clock. Just because you ate too many Snickers, had all the Domino's pizza. And
Taco Bell?
What have you been doing for the last 6 months? Well, you haven't been training. That's clear. We don't want to hear your excuses anymore. That's enough. No more excuses. You said in your post-fight, no excuses, but I trained myself. I partied too much. So what is it? No excuses, or did you not train hard enough?
He'll never beat him again.
AJ made no excuses in the first time. He gave Ruiz all the respect. Ruiz did not show the same kind of humble...
I think Ruiz retires anyway.
I think he fights Ortiz next.
He gets dealt with.
I think he gets bounced off the canvas.
Yeah. It'd be nice to see because he pissed me off.
He showed no respect to the sport, no respect to his family, no respect to the Mexican heritage. I wanted to see the trilogy before that fight, but not now. You disgraced everything. Mm-hmm. Heavyweight champion should not be coming in looking like the Michelin Man. All right, what do we got this weekend?
So Ortega pulls out.
Right. So UFC South Korea, Zombie is not fighting Ortega anymore. Who's he fighting?
Frankie Edgar.
And
my boy.
So much for that move to 135, eh?
I know.
I don't know. That's not going to do him any favors. Short notice against Zombie.
He has the cardio. He's always in shape, though. There's some people who can take short fights and be good. Some who can't.
I hear you. I just don't like that fight for him.
I do. I think he grinds him out.
Ooh, might have to put some money on that one then.
I got him by decision pretty easily, honestly. I think Zombie's kind of overrated.
He looks good, man. He looked good against Yair until he didn't. He looked good against... Who did he just fight? Moicano? Was it Moicano?
Yeah.
Looked good against Moicano. The dude's looking good. I think he's top 5 right now in the division.
Yeah.
What else you
got? We got Hooker versus Felder. I think Hooker is, again, annoying and talking too much shit.
He was very humble in his post-fight against... He called out Dustin, was humble about it. He called out Felder, was humble about it. He doesn't respect Komenish. I'm okay with it. He's not getting the attention of the casuals, so he's not going to pull the Dustin Poiriers, those kind of guys out of the woodworks, the Khabibs, the Gaethjes, the McGregors. He's a hell of a fighter. Don't get me wrong. I favor him to win this fight just on the previous fights.
You know this episode's going to get long for you guys because we still got 2 more fight cards to talk about.
You can enjoy it.
We're just talking about those at the fight now, quick.
I like the Felder Hooker fight.
This is the next for me. Danny Garcia versus Ivan Redcock.
Red Cash.
Okay.
Cash. PBC doing PBC things, having squish matches.
And
next,
Holly Holm versus Pennington 2.
Another.
Next.
We
thought we'd announce it for you guys.
Head kick KO?
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the boxing. And then
Crawford versus, you can pronounce that shit.
Kavaliauskas is your main event.
That's what Crawford fights. No one's. Padded record.
So, we got a triple header this weekend. December 14th on ESPN. I believe it's on regular ESPN, not ESPN Plus. We got Mickey...
Gal?
No, I'm blanking. Mick Conlan. High Olympian for Ireland. I think he's fighting someone who he fought in the amateurs as well for not the co-main event, but the fight before that. Should be a decent match. And then in the co-main, the fight I'm looking forward to the most, Teofimo Lopez taking on Richard Comey for the IBF Lightweight Championship in what's Lopez's first chance at a world title. Don't sleep on this fight.
He said it.
You don't seem excited at all for this fight.
Not at all.
Not at all?
Bores me.
Man, Comey is there's champions that you kind of want to see your fighter fight for the first title, like a Paulie Malignaggi, a guy who can't hurt you. Even if you lose, you're not going to lose badly. Kind of like what they did with Broner going up to welterweight. He fought Paulie for the title. Richard Comey removes you from consciousness. This isn't the kind of guy you want to see for your first world title shot. Just my opinion. I think he's a pretty big underdog. I'm favoring Comey to get it done. Probably mid to late round stoppage. Teofimo has never had to dig into the well, so we're going to see a lot from that, from where his heart's at, how badly he really wants it.
This card's all you, buddy. Talk about that main event.
Main
Can
event.
Crusher.
So, the pound-for-pound number 2 fighter in the world.
In some people's opinion.
Terrence Bud Crawford returns to fight relatively unknown, but undefeated former Olympian, Kavaliauskas.
You go, girl.
A.K.A. the Mean Machine.
The Mean Machine.
And we're not talking about the longest yard, all right?
Oh my god.
Kavaliauskas is tough. It's unfortunate that PBC's freezing Crawford out and there's no welterweights at ESPN for him to fight. At this rate, it's almost looking like maybe he's going to have to move weight divisions because he's not doing anything for his legacy beating these guys.
No.
He's got the welterweight title. If he's not going to get a unification in 2020, I think it's time to move on.
You think you will?
No, because he's stubborn and he knows he can beat these guys. But so does Spence. If you're at that level, if you're at the level of Spence, you're at the level of Crawford, they both know in their head they can beat the other one. Now, from my opinion, I don't see how Spence will beat Crawford, but that's just my opinion. You are on the other side of the coin where you think Spence gets it done. He should get rid of Kavaliauskas. Kavaliauskas has come forward, heavy-handed fighter. I'm going to say within
round 3.
7 rounds, he'll have him out of there. I hope Kavaliauskas makes a good showing of himself, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add about the card?
No. All right.
The biggest card of the weekend. What do we got?
One of the years.
Is it bigger than the BMF, you think? 245 bigger than 244?
In my opinion.
You think it does more pay-per-view buys?
Yes.
Speaking of pay-per-view buys, Joshua and Ruiz 2 is early estimated at 1.6 million. And you got to remember, North America has all the zones, so those are not. There's no pay-per-view in North America. It's all overseas.
Not bad at all.
So imagine how big that would have been if North America had to buy the pay-per-view. Easily break 2 million.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, you think this is bigger than 244?
Yeah.
All right, let's start.
This is a good, decent card, but with prelims, decent fights on it. But I'll just talk about 2 on the prelims. We got Matt Brown versus Ben Saunders.
Matt Brown's back.
Yeah.
I like that fight. Matt Brown should elbow him to death.
Round 1.
Yeah, I got first round knockout. But Ben Saunders is, as long if it goes to the ground, it could be dangerous. But I think Brown elbow knockout.
Oh yeah.
First round. Jeff
Jeff Neal versus Mike Perry, 2 strikers. It's gonna be a fun fight.
I'm sorry, Jones. My guy Octagon Jones is a huge Mike Perry fan. Jeff Neal gets it done.
Yeah, I think it's a decision though.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna say unanimous decision. Jeff Neal, 2 rounds to 1. Perry will probably come on late and win the third round.
Yeah. Main card, we got Peter Yan versus Uriah Faber. I call upset with Uriah Faber taking this.
Is he the dog?
Yeah. But Jan's a beast.
I know Jan's a beast, but he's a relatively unknown quantity, and we just saw what happened when Faber was a dog against Story or Simone.
Yeah.
Didn't end so well for Ricky Simone.
No.
I'm gonna take Faber. I'm gonna take knockout.
Ooh. Shit.
Yeah, he's got a kid. He's fighting for different reasons. He's not getting any younger. He's got to finish these guys off quick.
It's true. Well, this fight's kind of going to be weird, but we got Marlon Moraes versus Jose Aldo at bantamweight.
See, I was favoring Jose all the way until this week when I saw his weight cut, and now I don't know.
We'll see what happens when he gets some water after the weight cut.
He's eating 4 pounds of salad a day.
I know.
He's on that Nate Diaz rabbit diet.
Yeah,
he's out in the fields munching grass.
I still got Aldo by decision.
Still going to take Aldo by decision. He's going to have to really be careful with his injury. The first round's going to be dangerous. Moraes is going to come out like a bat out of hell. I think Aldo gets it done.
You know what? But I also see it like Marlon Moraes. I feel like he might give him too much respect because he's Aldo, because he's a Brazilian. King of Rio, you know what I mean?
And he also showed no heart against Henry.
Yeah, we haven't seen what he did since he's got knocked out.
He has some bounce back. But then again, Aldo's come off of a bad loss to Volkanovski where he didn't do much also.
He didn't take damage.
Didn't take damage. So. True.
Yeah. Nunes, my girl. I used to hate Nunes. Now I love her. I don't get it.
Simply the best.
The GOAT versus Jermaine Duranamy rematch.
You think she takes her down again? Or you think she?
I think she's just going to take her down and pound her.
You don't think she punches her face off this time?
No.
I think she is going to make a statement.
We know that Nunes is not going to back down, and she's going to give her... Like, Nunes has a chin, period.
Mm-hmm.
Nunes can bang.
Yeah.
I think her hands are going to be way too fast.
So, but you just said she's going to take her down.
I go back and forth. She might drop her and then finish. I don't know. But she's just going to beat the shit out of her round one.
I think Nunes is going to be a little bit... feels a little disrespected that she's fighting for the title. She's not even the co-main event.
Mm-hmm.
I think she goes out there and knocks out Jermaine Renby first round.
Yeah. Nunes is the GOAT of women, so it's kind of hard to argue.
She's one of the best, period, men or women.
Unreal resume.
It's ridiculous. Can we get the Shevchenko fight after this, please, if she wins?
I don't want that fight.
But at 135?
At 125 would only make sense.
Sorry, 125, so we can get that the champ attempt?
Oh my god. But the fight I'm most maybe most excited for would be the 5'6" Hulk versus Max Holloway.
Dude is a thick lad.
Thick lad, but he's so small.
Yeah.
He's like tailor-made for a guy like...
I bet you their reach is about the same, though. Max got those T-Rex arms, let's be honest. Dude's 6 foot at 145, never had a reach advantage in his life. I'm favoring Max heavily.
It'll look like that in your fight.
I think Volkanovski looks good in the first round. Max always kind of assesses, his output always goes up as the fight goes on. He's got 5 rounds to work. I think Volkanovski's face looks like a roadmap at the end. Torn apart, unanimous decision win, Max Holloway.
Absolutely. The main event. Forgot my Trump hat.
How dare you? Are you going for Colby?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
I don't really care who wins. I like both, but I like this Covington train.
Man, he's such a cringy...
Making the UFC great again.
You think the royal family, not the royal family, the first family will be there, Trump? No?
I think you're going to see Kobe lose the first 2 rounds, and then the pace is going to be way too much. I think you're going to see him get out-wrestled for 2 rounds.
Do you think that the Usman will out-wrestle Kobe for the first round? Mm-hmm. You don't think the wrestling's going to counter each other out?
No.
You think Usman's better wrestling?
I think someone's going to get dominated in wrestling, and it's going to be very surprising.
You know Usman's never been taken down in the UFC. And he's fought RDA and Tyron Woodley. Just throwing that out there. Never been taken down.
Covington's on a different level for pace.
Pace, yeah, but straight up wrestling skills, Tyron...
Striking is way better for Kobe.
Than Usman.
Yeah.
Yes, but he doesn't have the power Usman has.
But Kobe's sloppy could get caught, though. So.
If it's in the clinch, I favor the striking toward Usman. Mm-hmm. If it's in the middle of the octagon, I favor Colby.
Mm-hmm. This is a fight that if Usman wins, he could become a star finally.
Maybe. It depends how he wins.
He's just not a very drawable face.
Because of how he wins his fights. He grinds you out for 5 rounds. And
worse than GSP.
Doesn't take much damage. Does a significant amount of damage.
But he's only fighting at 30%?
What do you mean?
When he fights at 30%.
Why'd you say that?
You never seen his post-fight when he's like, I've only fought at 30%?
Oh, wow. Is that what he said after Tyron?
No, after Emil Meek.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's a bit of hype.
Yeah.
But I think Colby smashed him. I think Kamaru smashes him, to be honest with you.
It's going to be a good fight.
I think he's going to pick him up on his head and plant him, and then he's just going to just do what he did to Tyron. I think Colby's too small for him, which is crazy to say, because Colby's not a small welterweight, but Usman's huge. Mm-hmm. He made Tyron look small, and Tyron is one of the biggest welterweights of all time.
Short, but big.
The dude's legs are wider than the chair you're sitting on.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a toss-up. The whole card's pretty...
If you had to pick one of the challengers, who's the most live dog? Colby?
To beat Usman?
To beat... Which champion is in the most dangerous position of losing for an upset? Would it be Nunes, Holloway, or
Max?
Usman?
Max?
Yeah, Volkanovski's the most live dog?
Yeah.
I think it's Colby.
It's a toss-up.
Yeah.
It's a toss-up.
But I will...
He's good for promoting, though.
Colby?
Yeah.
Dude has 100,000 Instagram followers. People hate this guy. They refuse to show love and support to him.
Even though he's so popular.
He's American. Usman was born in Nigeria, came over here, and is an American citizen. But they should be backing their American fan. Mm-hmm. So everyone's going to be hating Colby.
I don't know, because it's in New York. The one place you're going to...
What does that mean?
If you're going to get cheered for Trump, it's in New York.
Fair enough.
You're going to see. You'll see. Is it in New York or is it in? Oh no, it's in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh boy, so maybe we'll get Louis.
But we know early stoppages, people's faces can be hanging off like the Exorcism and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it'll continue going.
But yeah, that's about it for this weekend.
Anything else you want to add?
Not at all. Make America great again.
Wilder, Joshua, 2020.
Make it happen. Wilder? Fury's gonna beat that ass.
Well, if Fury wins, then Fury, Joshua.
What are you saying?
I'm just saying the fight that we've wanted to see since like a long time ago.
But it's not gonna happen.
Fair enough.
There you go.